Hey guys, welcome back to SteamStax, and today I'm going to be reviewing ESO's brand new DLC, the Thieves Guild. Now, some of you may have noticed from my streams, in my opinion, this is by far the worst DLC ZeniMax has put out to date, and let me explain why. The Thieves Guild DLC starts at a new area called Hugh'S Bane, where you run into a guild member named Quinn that introduces you to the Thieves Guild. From here, you start out running many different quests for the Thieves Guild with a pretty decent story attached. If you are a story whore like I am, the story to the Thieves Guild is definitely on par with the other guild quest lines. The DLC introduces lots of new enemy types that are actually fun to fight, and lots of new puzzles to solve along the way. This guy with 6 arms, yeah, this guy right here, was probably the single most frighteningly awesome enemy I've ever fought in this game. This, unfortunately, are where my praises for this DLC stops. The first issue that you'll encounter with this DLC is that the main city is practically a maze. For whatever reason, they added lots of verticality to this area of the game, and boy does the waypoint system do a terrible job of getting you around. The problem is that the waypoint system will show you where you want to be, but it doesn't show you how to get there. Most of the time in an area that's level, this is fine because you'll likely just have to head in your objective's general direction, but in a city that has a billion different levels to it, you'll start to see a problem. Finding your way through the city is terrible. Seriously, you might as well just blindfold me because I spent a ton of time in this DLC just trying to find out where the fuck to go. After the first couple missions in the Thieves Guild, once you figure out where to go, I began to see another issue. This DLC almost always requires you to be stealthy and sneak everywhere. It is near impossible to brute force your way through many of the missions in the guild. Whether you're a Nightblade and sneaking is no problem, or a Templar like myself with no sneaking abilities whatsoever, you are forced to sneak through these missions. Now, many of you are probably asking, isn't that the point of the Thieves Guild, Mitchell? And yes, you'd be right. It is great that many of these segments incorporate a new element of the game that previously many players never used. However, the fact that these missions require you to sneak, otherwise be killed by an immune guard and pay a bounty, is what pisses me off. Sneaking should not be a requirement to complete these missions. Rather, it should be a way to avoid confrontation and maybe get a mission bonus. To force players with no sneaking ability to sneak is absolute bullshit in my mind. This is where we get down to the actual issues plaguing this DLC, the justice system. Now, as I have mentioned, if you get caught doing anything wrong in this game like trespassing or pickpocketing, things that you're constantly doing from mission to mission, you will be first asked to pay a small fine and that'll be it. When you pay, your bounty will be cleared and you can go about your business. However, refuse to pay the bounty or get caught doing something again and you'll be elevated to kill on sight. As I mentioned before, these guards are unfreaking killable and they will wreck your shit. Once they kill you, they take your gold to cover the bounty plus any things that you might have stolen. So why not just run away and wait for the bounty to clear? Well, depending how big your bounty is, it could take you well over an hour of waiting before it's cleared. Anytime that you're seen by a guard and have a bounty, they will approach you and ask you to pay it, leaving you with the option of fleeing and increasing your bounty or paying it. And no, there isn't any other way besides waiting and using clemency, which is a once-a-day Thieves Guild ability to clear your bounty. Your options are to pay it or be harassed by guards wherever you go. The justice system needs to be reformed in a way that you should 1. Be able to kill the guards so you don't constantly get harassed, 2. Make the bounties go down much faster, and 3. At least be able to clear your bounty for free at the fence. Yes, you can clear your bounty at the fence, but they'll charge you the same amount as you would be if you were caught by the guards. Does this make any sense at all? I swear, I've lost more than double the amount of gold than I've gained doing this DLC, and you are likely to if you are on a Nightblade. Now, as you make your way through all the missions in the Thieves Guild, you will likely hit a wall as I have where there are no other missions to do. This is where the third issue of the DLC becomes clear. It uses the same system of having to be a certain level in the guild quest line as other guilds do. In other words, if you run out of missions in the Thieves Guild, you have to grind your way up to the next Thieves Guild level before you can unlock the next available mission. This requires doing repeatable side quests such as heists, which you can only do once a day, or a mission that requires you to travel to other areas and pickpocket, where you'll likely be caught by the guards and killed. See a pattern? And yes, this is the only way to level this skill up. You can't just go back to playing other missions and maybe pickpocket a guy every once in a while. You have to do these repeatable side quests for the Thieves Guild. You'll be traveling to fucking Greenshade and back so many times it'll make your head spin because it's the only damn mission that you're able to do multiple times a day. ZeniMax, this shit is unacceptable and release a guild as a DLC rather than including it from the start. When you're solely focused on doing the Thieves Guild quests as I am, grinding this perk up in between each and every mission is agonizing. Let me do the main story quest back to back instead of having to grind for an hour in between each one. My honest advice for dealing with this, guys, is once you're able to do these daily quests, forget about the Thieves Guild questline for a few days and make a run through all of them once a day until you have earned a few levels. That way you'll be able to do the main story in one sitting rather than have to spread it out over 2 weeks. So these are my 3 main gripes that make the Thieves Guild DLC almost unplayable in my mind. The terrible main city layout, the fact that the justice system is terribly flawed, and that you have to grind your Thieves Guild rank in between each of the main story missions. All in all, the Thieves Guild DLC makes me feel like ZeniMax could have definitely done better with it. The story is there, the puzzles are there, the new enemies and mechanics are there, you just have to deal with the fact that most missions involve sneaking and there is plenty of grinding from mission to mission. If you can get over these issues, you should have at least a little fun with this DLC. Is it worth the 2,000 crowns to unlock? If you haven't played Hrothgar or the Imperial City, I would go do those first. Unless you really enjoy sneaking and have been waiting for the Thieves Guild to release since launch, I'd honestly give this one a pass until the price goes down a bit. The frustration of the faulty justice system in my mind just isn't worth it for the time being. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I just wanted to take a moment to tell you guys about a games retailer that I'm affiliated with called GamesDeal. GamesDeal is a site that I get almost all my PC games, DLC, and time cards for dirt cheap. If you guys are interested in an ESO Plus membership for access to any of the DLC available now, I suggest heading over to GamesDeal by clicking the link down in the description and typing in ESO Plus in the search bar. You can get 2 months of ESO Plus and 3,000 crowns for PC for just 15 bucks. I know the site looks a little shady, but I have bought many things from them in the past and never had an issue. Purchasing things from GamesDeal using my affiliate link directly supports this channel without any extra cost to you. If you like the site in this channel, consider bookmarking my affiliate link and make your PC purchases through it to continue to support this channel. And as always guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!